Welcome back to Disturbing the Priest. I'm your host, Brandon Baddock, and we're back with This Month in Metal. We are covering April this episode. Every end of the month, we cover all the clickbait without any album announcements or music-related stuff, just all the bullshit clickbait, and we try to find the truth out of it. I'm joined once again by my co-host, Nate Hilli of the Gel Kings podcast?
Gel Kings podcast.
Gel Kings podcast. Great podcast. You
My
have
favorite
a new episode out now, right?
It's gonna be, by the time that this is released, it will be out.
Hell yeah. And
check it out.
We are joined every month with a new guest. This month we are joined by comedian John Tyler. How's it fucking going, man?
Good, man. Happy to be here. Happy to be back. It's been a while.
Yeah. You've been on a few episodes. Mm-hmm. I think none of them were published.
Oh, okay.
There was one, because one had audio issues, and the other one, the guest who was supposed to film it, just lost the footage.
Oh, okay.
So it came out as a bonus episode. It's on Spotify. It's our new metal episode.
So tonight's more like my video debut.
It's pretty much your YouTube debut here.
Yeah, okay, cool.
All right, so April was a pretty meme month for metal. A lot of great tour and album announcements, but in terms of just the drama going on, it's all very bullshit. It's all a lot of wife beating, a lot of just greedy fucking assholes.
Good old fashioned rock and roll.
Yeah.
It's so funny too because drama in metal now is between at minimum 35 plus year old men. Because do Zoomers have metal?
They have
Zoomers?
hardcore music. They had hardcore music at least a little bit in the 2000s, and there's still a little bit of it floating around now.
I feel like everybody who's ever made it in metal is 50 years old at this point at least.
Yeah, well, Dave Mustaine's 60.
Yeah.
Now, and it's crazy seeing all these guys beef over just the dumbest shit, and they're all even Gene Simmons is what fucking
the girl from Evanescence is going through menopause.
Yeah,
right. The downfall is here, dude. Yeah. The empire's crumbling.
This is the end, man.
I think it's about the Zoomers though. It's crazy because Brandon, I looked back and I saw that you had the guys from Pentagram on.
Yeah, Bobby.
Yeah, and that dude went super viral and just nobody. It really had nothing to do with metal, but they're yo, this guy looks fucking sick.
Yeah, he looks like an 800-year-old wizard,
Yeah, he does.
The comments are amazing. People are he's fucking controlling the band with his mind and shit.
Yeah. It's if Gandalf smoked weed and did crack.
Yeah.
In a cool way, though.
Dude, that guy's a legend. Real quick, just a quick Bobby shout out. He's pretty much America's Ozzy Osbourne. He's the first doom metal frontman in America.
He's the man.
He was putting shit out in the early 70s and stuff. So it's sick that he's getting some recognition, even though it's all just meme bullshit. But yeah, did that happen this month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad we're covering
this
it.
Month or late February.
Yeah. But Bobby's the man.
Oh wait, is it supposed to be April in this?
Yeah.
2 months ago.
2 months ago. It really kicked off this month, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So our first story has to do with the man who invented the devil horns, as he claims.
Man, yeah, he's I invented the devil. And also, I was the first rock star to get 1 million different Botox injections. Who other than the family jewel master himself, Gene Simmons? This is a guy who loves giving back to the fans, as we all know. And that's why he is now offered a $12,495 ticket package that allows you to be his roadie and personal assistant for a day.
Yeah, this really feels like late stage capitalism.
It really, you pay me and you can work. Which is funny because he also seems like a guy that would be man, nobody's taking this. Nobody wants to work anymore. These fucking kids.
Yeah, these fucking lazy kids.
I offer them a job for $12,495 and nobody wants to take it. They don't even get it.
So what does it entail? You're his roadie?
Yes.
So there's you're on the clock. You do a whole fucking shift.
Yeah, bro. So what I thought was the first funny part is that they don't pick you up. You drive to wherever Gene Simmons tells you to go.
Yeah.
You're obviously not getting comped for gas or anything like that. You drive to him to his hotel. You and
then you fill up all the trucks with your own card.
Exactly.
Yeah. What are the chances that this is going to be paid for with like lottery winnings? Because like someone has to win the mega bucks. I don't know. I feel like the average Kiss fan hasn't graduated high school. Yeah.
Imagine it's someone who or some old guy. Imagine some guy does it and he's like in a wheelchair.
Yeah. They were born like before high school was invented. Like
you can barely walk,
We didn't. You could just be.
It's like this shit's supposed to be packed. By the way,
you could be a doctor with a high school degree back when like the average Kiss fan was born.
Yeah.
So yeah, you drive.
Kiss, it's like when was their first album? Like 73 or something.
I've seen them on like some old fucking talk shows like that. Definitely, it was pre 1975. It had to be.
Yeah.
I would say 70, 71 maybe.
1974.
Oh, okay.
That was their
you were
first
close.
self-titled album they released. And who knows, maybe they released like, I don't know, EPs before that. But I feel like back in the 70s and shit, like for a big ass hair metal band, like if you debut with this legit of like a setup with all the makeup, you're kind of an industry plant. Not saying that they suck.
Yeah, they were on like the Casablanca label, which was like a funk label too.
Right. Like
So that's like extra. Yeah, if this should happen today, it's like 100% industry plant.
Right.
Like that's like if a pop label put out like this shit.
well, it's like who just like debuts into the scene with like makeup artists. Like that's kind of it's so produced. Like it's so,
Oh, they're a gimmick band, 100%. Because like their contemporaries were that you can name at least. Or I'd rather listen to.
Yeah.
Sabbath was coming out with some of their best shit at the time.
Yeah.
Would you rather listen to like a Kiss debut album or a Sabbath 4?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like, and they had all the stage antics.
Yeah.
Where he's like fucking flying and going like down the zip line and stuff. It's like, it's all that. And like, they're just so fucking greedy on top of that. I think that's ridiculous.
Was 1974's ICP.
Yeah.
for real. Yeah. Or a Guar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kiss walk so ICP can run, Would you do this? Like, how much is it?
$12,495.
Is there any artist or band you would do that for?
No, I mean, I'd go bankrupt. I wouldn't bankrupt myself.
Say you had the money.
It'd be like Zeppelin or something.
Zeppelin?
Yeah.
It would have to be like legendary.
Yeah,
Which, who knows? Maybe there's people that like Kiss in that way, but like I just couldn't picture.
You pay that money,
Okay.
Jimmy Page can like sexually assault you.
Yeah.
Shove like a shark fetus on your ass, whatever you did.
Okay. Let me actually put a caveat in here.
Uh-huh.
I would pay that money to do this for Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit.
100%. Like I give Fred a tattoo. I
He'd
get
let you too.
Yeah.
Right. He makes me like load in the DJ equipment and stuff. Like
You cut his lines.
right, exactly. I chop his lines up. I bring in all of like his Galaxy gas tanks.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, how much money, if it's Gene Simmons, how much money would you pay to do this?
It's just
Realistically.
like mildly insulting even to be like, yeah, drop 12.5 G's to work for me.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
I should mention, at the end you do get a signed bass guitar from him that he played in practice. So like,
You have to work for it, though.
well, right. I mean, that's after a day of hard work.
Yeah, what if you're like a shitty employee? What if you're insubordinate?
You get fired.
You get fired.
Fired on the
paid to
same.
be here.
You have to pay him extra if he fires you.
Right.
Yeah.
There's like a $50,000 like security deposit in case you suck.
He's
like-
this is what it's gonna backfire because he's gonna get like some rich Jewish guy. He's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I can't do this."
All right, the full list of
God.
responsibilities. You arrive early in the day to meet up with either at his hotel or a designated location to go over the band's show day schedule. You have a meal with Gene Simmons. You arrive and load into the venue with the band. It's kind of a big gap of time that they don't explain what you're going to be doing, which, I mean, actually, who knows? Maybe they load in at like fucking noon.
I think they're leaving it to like a little bit of mystery. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, whatever happens, happens. They make you sign like an NDA in the fucking back. You will help the band set up for the show. You will hang out backstage. You will sit in on sound check. Gene Simmons will bring you on stage during the show and introduce you. You will get a set list signed by Gene Simmons. You can take photos throughout your entire experience. You may bring one guest. You may bring 4 items for Gene to sign. And you get a Gene Simmons Kiss rehearsal used bass signed by Gene Simmons. So, like, that is kind of a big package.
Yeah.
Is it worth $12,495? I guess if you're, like, literally a
Not at
complete
all,
stand for Kiss, maybe. And you're just, like, rich. Like,
Can we look up how much Kiss tickets sell for? Just like a VIP ticket.
Wait, hold on. I don't think this is for Kiss.
Oh, it's for
I
Gene
think this
Simmons'
is 'cause
solo
Kiss
tour?
ended.
Okay.
this is a good question anyway.
So, like, you'd be helping out with, like, the Sonya.
Kiss tickets range from cheap tickets starting at $79 to premium seats and VIP packages costing as much as $987.
No, I just go to 12 of their concerts.
And,
As a
and
VIP.
you also have to...
And you get a meet and greet with that shit. You know?
Exactly. And you also have to put in, like, perspective that, like, that's not how much they are. You're putting on, like, the Live Nation fees and all the bullshit.
Right.
Like, that's what Kiss puts them out for, but in terms of, like, buying them,
Throw
it's
on
probably
like
double
500
both
to
those
1,000.
numbers.
Yeah.
That's still,
Yeah.
I'd say 6 meet and greets is as good.
Yeah,
as,
and you
like-
don't have to work.
Yeah.
Like,
You don't have to hurt your back,
Yeah.
you know?
You can get drunk.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay to do a job.
Yeah,
You want me to hang up back? I'm going to live like a rock star guy, just start shooting up.
You gotta tie them off.
Die.
That's your job.
Oh, that'd be so funny. Well, so I don't know what would have to be added for me to even be interested. Like, maybe you get to, like, wake up with them the next day
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. You and like 12 other people that did the job get to like wake up in his giant love bed.
Yeah.
Doesn't Gene just like,
He
didn't he
gives you a
just,
sponge bath at the end.
he just took everyone to court to like have the rights to kiss, right? Like,
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah.
is he even like I don't know really.
It's him and Paul Stanley, like, own Kiss.
him and Paul Stanley.
I don't know
But,
exactly.
So Ace
how
Frehley
much.
isn't Ace Frehley the one that wrote half their songs?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Oh, he owns like nothing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this would be like hanging with Ringo.
Right. Right.
Yeah, pretty much. You know. It's I don't know, man. It's stupid, but it's like, but he's the demon. You know, it's pretty much that's all it is.
He invented the devil horns.
Yeah,
Definitely not like-
allegedly. Definitely not Dio. You know?
Yeah, no. Definitely not the Bible with fucking Satan.
Yeah, because that was a Greek thing or something, right? Because you would do the devil horns to like ward off spirits, and
I
then
didn't
Dio's
know that.
grandmother was doing it, so Dio did it on stage, and it became like the metal thing.
Well, Gene Simmons might come after you for saying that, honestly, because now
Yeah,
He's very
I'm gonna edit
litigious,
that out,
yeah.
yeah.
he's extremely litigious. So you guys asked who would actually pay for this? Evidently nobody, because they also just had to cancel like 5 fucking shows at big places too. Like 3 of them that I recognize were Miami, Anaheim, and Houston. They literally, there's rumors going around that they're going to be having to like cancel most of this tour. At least that's what like the Miami venue said. Like they ended up putting out in like a tweet or something like that. They're like, "Good day. Well, not so good with this news. The Gene Simmons tour has been canceled." Which, you know, I'm sure that they read that and they're like, maybe you shouldn't say that the entire tour is canceled. But
Yeah, they're like, we can't find any roadies. We don't know what to do. You know?
nobody wants to work.
Yeah,
for
no
us,
one
dude.
wants to work anymore. What's going on?
I don't even know what the full tour is supposed to be, but like 5 of these huge events, I can't imagine.
Those are also cities that have like young people. Like he needs to be going to like
The Rust Belt.
right. Yeah, he should be going to like Sandusky, Ohio.
East Palestine, Ohio. Fucking,
Just stay in Ohio. Don't leave.
Yeah. Do just every town in Ohio.
Yeah.
yeah.
Start doing backyards, you know?
He does look
County
like
fairs, you know. That's like, yeah.
he looks like the average elderly woman from Ohio. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, oh, it's a babushka. We'll give her some, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, did we beat Gene Simmons to death yet?
Yeah, I think that covers the Gene Simmons news. And I think to add to it, I don't think it's on the list of news. I saw this recently. Kiss is coming back. So they did a 10-year final tour, and they have one day at a festival, and they're not doing makeup or anything. It's just going to be all of them on stage. Just like, it's so fucking stupid.
Dude, why is Gene
so
Simmons
greedy.
doing all this shit? Like, I want to look up his net worth because, like,
It's insane, whatever it is.
you don't think he's not like troubled for money. He just wants to around 400 million.
Yeah.
Okay, word. Why are you doing this then?
Yeah.
Play fucking golf, bro.
Is he getting
Live on
divorced
the
or something?
He needs to buy his 5th house, dude.
I guess so, but like it's like what he's doing with this bullshit. If he had just went quiet, the legacy would be so much more like cool.
I don't think Kiss cares about the legacy, though.
I guess not, bro. Like
it's more the money. And he's also saying, like, Rock's dead and shit.
he's like, yeah, Rock's dead, so I'm just gonna beat its fucking corpse while it's on the ground and just keep squeezing
In a
Grand
Kiss
Theft Auto
coffin.
dollars out
Oh,
of it.
she's not bad.
No, and
You know who was hot? His daughter. Let's look up his daughter.
word.
She's like my age, so this isn't creepy.
She just came out of the womb with like the makeup on. Great genetics.
Sophie Simmons. 92. Okay, she's fucking 31.
Were all these people on the Family Jewels show? I never looked at.
Oh,
Gene
yeah,
Simmons'
he had
Family
the-
Jewels.
Yeah, he had the sitcom. Or not the... No, it's the reality show.
Right,
About his life.
which
Whatever.
kind of was probably a sitcom. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's a greed for money thing as much as he seems like he's just a whore for attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you make your own reality TV show and also need to constantly be in like the limelight, need to get all the cosmetic surgeries and shit.
He's Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney's the same way.
I feel like he's if you combine Ozzy and Sharon.
Yeah,
know?
like a suit. Maybe it is both of them, dude. They just get into a tandem
Just
suit,
splice them together.
right?
Well,
Well,
I think
yeah,
that covers Gene and the gang.
yeah. We beat that Plastic Man to death.
Oh, here's the good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so the band Ghost recently banned people from using phones at their shows, which we hear of a lot in like stand up, like guys like Chris Rock and fucking
Pete Davidson.
Dave Chappelle. Yeah, they'll all basically at the door. You take the bag and you.
Well,
put
there's a
your phone in the
reason
bag.
behind that.
That makes more sense. It's entirely different reasonings between this guy, what he's saying, their lead singer Tobias Forge.
Yeah.
And like the comedians, they're like, oh, I can't let you be like leaking my material. And his reasoning in this, and I think that there's an underlying reasoning. His reasoning was like, it ruins the experience, man. Like everybody, like the meme where it's like, not a phone in sight, and it's like a picture of like a Civil War battlefield.
Yeah,
Like, he's like, man, I just missed the times when
It's like Vietnam.
yeah, nobody on their phones. It was great. Like, and he doesn't even look that old. So it's like, it's kind of funny coming from him.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why the Gaza war sucks. Everyone's on their phone.
everybody's on
you
their
know,
phones.
all this footage. You
What
know,
happened to
people
just
are
looking
just
at
need
a
to be in
crumbling
the
building
moment.
and enjoying it live?
Everybody's using AI to make fake footage.
Yeah, it's bullshit, man.
So yeah,
what do you guys think about this? Do you think bands should start doing this? Do you hate when people are on their phones?
it's super annoying, but like I also like you shouldn't force people to put them away for a band show. Well, here's the thing. I'll scroll to the bottom because I read this. Like, they also just so happen to be having a new record coming out called Skeleta on April 25th. If I was going to try and read between the lines a little bit, I think that a lot of these bands, every band pretty much ever, when they're touring and like promoting a new album before it's released. They're like, yeah, we got these new songs for you guys, never heard before, and then they'll play it. I think that he's trying to maybe protect his own their own ass by like being like, okay, you can't leak these songs, but
they're also a very theatrical band. So what it could be is like you don't know what you're going into. But I think I did read that like he also like just feels like it's taking away from the experience. Yeah. Which I really have a problem with, because it's like you're making your fans charge like 3 figures. Yeah. You know, it's like let them do whatever the fuck they want. You know, you're making them charge out the ass. It's like, no, you're not able to fucking have any memories of this. Right. You know, like I do record shit sometimes at concerts, and like I'll look back at it and be like, oh, that was a sick solo. I remember that, you know? Oh, I forgot he did that during it, you know? It's just bullshit. Like there's bands that live stream every show, and then you go to one of their shows and no one's on their fucking phone because it's all archived already. But it's like the nerve for like a guy to be like, my fans have no fucking clue how to enjoy my music.
Yeah, like they have no he's basically calling them all like a bunch of like Zoomer douchebags.
Yeah, Tool does that too, where like you're not allowed to be like, you'll get kicked out if you're on your phone, unless like the final 2 songs. And then like when the final 2 songs happen, every single person brings their, and it's the dumbest fucking thing.
Look, we all like, this seems like something that is kind of internally policed in a way, because we all know that people that have their phone like up over their fucking heads recording with the flash on the entire fucking show, we all think that they're douchebags. Nobody likes that. It's not like, that's just something that you should be able to do, but you should be judged for it. You shouldn't have to like have fucking guardrails of being like, oh, you can record this, you can't record that, like.
But it's like all concert etiquette. Like you can't control every aspect of a show. It's like I just think it's so fucking crazy for like if I was a band member, or if I was like in a band, it's like, okay, 3 rules. All right. You don't know how to enjoy my show. First rule, no phones. Can't have your fucking phone. All right. Second rule, you have to be on Molly. We're going to supply it to everyone. You have to be on Molly. You know, you have no idea how to enjoy the show if you're watching it sober, you know.
Right.
Third rule, at security, you're going to have to solve the Fibonacci sequence. We have mathematicians that are going to watch you. You're not a fan of us. You're not going to understand the music if you can't solve that.
What's Ghost's fan base?
A lot of like TikTok girls.
Oh, okay.
A lot of TikTok people.
So they're just texting the whole time?
Probably. I saw a show. It was a lot of phones.
E-girl alt babes. That's their fan base.
A lot of like goth girls, you know.
I might have to get into these guys.
But it's like, I don't know. It
sounds good.
But there was like a good mix too. There was a lot of like old heads there too. I don't know. I just think it's fucking stupid.
I'll say this. I like that there's like at least metal is still alive through like it's gonna change, but like at least it'll always be there. Hopefully it doesn't change too much. I don't know. People hated fucking like new metal and shit. People are gonna hate on this, hate on the fans and shit like that. But like whatever, it's just change.
Yep.
At least it's alive in some form.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's stupid. I think if it's like a live album, if they're like taping a live album, 100% makes sense. Because like they might do crazy things on stage they don't want to get out. Because Ghost did that recently. They did a live album and it was like a lot of crazy antics on stage that they didn't want to spoil. So when people watch it, they're like, "Oh, that's crazy."
What are their antics?
Like they have like this pope. They revive this dead pope.
And so they're almost doing like a theater, like a
it's like Kiss pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Where there's this like pope, he died, and they like bring him back during a song, and he like comes back from the dead and like does like a sax solo. Like it's like really, it's some sick shit they do. It's like it's crazy, but it's like really awesome. And I do like understand that. Where like for the live album, they debuted songs they've never debuted. And they did a lot of like stuff on stage they've never done before. So to like watch the movie of it was like cool because it was like all first time. Where I know if they had phones, we would know everything that would have happened in the movie and any kind of surprises and whatnot. So I see both sides to it, but it's like if you're charging 3 figures a ticket, it's like, I don't know, you have to go halfway, I think.
Nobody likes people getting wasted at concerts either, but no concert is like banning alcohol sales.
But that's the thing that makes money, you know.
True. Nobody's making money off phones.
I said yes to doing a rap/comedy show next week, and I know it's going to end up on Facebook Live, and that's just that's the consequence of me not having a great career.
It's going to end up on Live Leak.
There's two ends of the spectrum, you know.
Right.
Like,
dude, why are those all put on Facebook Live?
Because you don't charge people for tickets, so you get those type of people in there.
True.
Like,
that
I'm
have
put this
3
on.
viewers and then tag you know, so all your friends see it. It's
Facebook Live is the only thing that I've seen like many people die in shootouts with the police on.
Yeah,
it's like the only live stream that's not happening on like Twitch. That's not happening on like IG Live too. But that's all.
Facebook Live is like the Twitch of Live Leak,
right?
You know?
Exactly. Yeah. If Twitch and Live if Live Leak needed its own streaming platform, it's Mark Zuckerberg's IG Live /Facebook Live. Like,
yeah,
you're gonna end up like shooting a hole in your wall, like flashing a gun, or some other shit.
A lot of
shit
Facebook
like
Live suicides. You know?
For sure.
God. All right.
Oh, here's some good.
Well, I think this is a
one.
good transition here.
Yeah.
It's perfect. You said that Tool's the only other band that doesn't allow you to record.
Uh-huh.
Well, they didn't have to worry about it at this show. So, can you explain like the cruise that Tool recently put on, like the live at the Sand Festival?
Okay, so it was on a cruise.
I don't think it was a cruise.
Was it not a cruise? For some reason, I thought it was a cruise.
It was. I just know it was some random festival.
Okay, you're
It
right.
was in Mexico,
Okay.
like Cabo or something.
I don't know why I associated it. Okay, this makes it a little bit less crazy because I thought that Tool had their own cruise. And I was like, it's like they're like doing like the Impractical Jokers route of being like, let's really cash out right now.
How many fans on acid would like jump off the boat? I feel like there'd be a lot of fatalities.
All of them, dude.
Is everyone tripping on a cruise?
I don't know why they don't just do like that's a band that's like built for the Sphere. You know?
Yeah.
Have they not been to the Sphere?
I don't know.
No,
They haven't.
I don't think that.
It's kind of a shame to see like Tool low key. Do you think they've sold out at all over the past like years?
I think they kind of have, just because their ticket sales are so ridiculous,
Yeah.
and because you see a transition. Like Neil Young had one. You see the exact moment when they sold out.
Mm-hmm.
The second the albums hit Spotify, that's when I mark it.
Right.
You know, because that was their whole thing. They hate the idea of like picking singles and stuff. And then magically overnight, that whole thing changed. There was no real reasoning.
They did Boston Calling. James Maynard Keenan is like squishing grapes with his fucking feet. Shit just got crazy.
Yeah.
They're playing at like a luxury resort and shit.
Yeah. I think, and it's the ticket prices that are ridiculous. And then, of course, they have like the prints that are like $100 each, and you have to collect them all.
Right.
Yeah, it's that bullshit of like, you have to, if you're going to be greedy, you have to meet the fans halfway.
Right.
Like, I don't know. And this is going back to the cell phone thing. Because, it was so, the worst cell phone experience I ever had was at a Tool show. Because the second, Maynard, he says it. He goes, all right, you guys can have your phones out now. And everyone, it's like, it was crazy. I've never seen so many phones in one room. It was ridiculous.
That's something that like Tool would make into like a concept for a music video, saying how fucking moronic people are. Is like a video of a bunch of people like looking at like a
Isn't that
concert.
stupid? They're paying $3,000 for tickets and they want to remember the concert.
Yeah.
How greedy, how stupid of them. Stupid.
Okay, so anyway, so Tool, they recently announced their Tool Live in the Sand Festival. I'm not sure, maybe you could educate me if anybody else was on this festival. I imagine it was like a couple other bands.
Yeah, they had Primus.
Oh,
shit.
They had, I forget, Primus was like the big one. Primus is like who opened for them.
I'll look this up in the meantime, but the big thing is that they promised in their headlining slots on March 7th and 8th that they would do 2 unique sets.
They advertised it like that?
They advertised it like that, which is why there's literally a class action lawsuit about this.
That's insane.
Wow. It's like a crazy thing. I'm getting ahead of it. But yeah, they had they promised 2 unique sets, and they did not play 2 unique sets, as you can imagine by the fact that we're talking about it right now. And first of all, I'm kind of like, so they headlined, right?
Yeah.
Those are cheap tickets, too.
Right.
Especially for a festival.
Yeah.
And Tool fans will say, fuck all the other bands. I'm there to see Tool, so.
Right, exactly. I'll read this off before I go and find the lineup for the festival. But so this is also crazy to me because like this isn't a long set list at all. For like if you're headlining a night at a festival, you kind of want to see this band play for like hour and a half or something like that. At least like an hour. Like hour to an hour and a half feels like it would be what you expect. Like you're there for them, they're headlining, they have long songs. Right, they're probably allotted like 2 hours worth of time to fill if they want to. Like nobody's kicking them off the stage at the end. It's not like it's, I don't know, you're not playing at like fairgrounds. You're playing wherever the fuck you want if you're Tool.
Exactly.
First day, Stinkfist, Fear Inoculum, Rosetta Stoned, Pneuma. I've never known how to say that. I just read it. Jambi, Schism, The Grudge, The Flood, Invincible, Vicarious. First time playing that since 2020. Second night, Fear Inoculum, Anima, Rosetta Stoned, Pneuma, whatever the fuck, Jambi, Descending, Chocolate Chip Trip, Intolerant, Swamp Song. So the repeated songs were Fear Inoculum, they played that twice. Rosetta Stone, they played that twice. Pneuma, they played that twice. Jambi, they played that twice.
Jesus. And they played that 3-song set in a row twice. Jesus.
Right.
Did they play Invincible twice?
Invincible's like a 20-minute song, too.
Doesn't look like it, no.
No.
They only played that the first
Chocolate
night.
Chip Trip as like the one unique one is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
Here's the thing,
That's like
too.
a transition song, honestly.
You just play fucking Lateralis, dude.
Bro, play Prison Song.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Prison Sex.
Prison Song.
Do you think they're like, all our fans are going to be tripping? They'll have no idea.
They might. It's like so. I have no idea.
Because I feel like Maynard's like, they're all going to be on drugs. They won't even notice, you know?
It's actually so insulting. Because, like, bro, you got a deep discography and a lot of fucking good songs. And you've played them for what must be, how long have they been a band? Like almost probably 30 years now?
30 years,
maybe a little more?
Over 30.
Mid-90, yeah, over 30.
93 was the first album.
Yeah, so like 32 years at least they've been playing. And practicing and playing way longer sets than this, I think. Like, you can't pull out a couple of the other songs.
And their debut has a lot of easy songs. You know, they're not all 20-minute fucking crazy.
Right, you don't have to
Fibonacci
flex.
shit.
Just play like some fucking...
Here's the problem with the class action lawsuit is they're not going to hire a lawyer. It's just going to be some Tool fan that thinks he's got a real good knowledge of the law.
Shows up in like jeans.
With a wallet chain.
I took DMT and I saw me winning in a vision.
Your Honor, I present to you case 1. It's just like a lava lamp. He's like, look at this. Evidence 2, it's like a Tesla ball.
Yeah.
You're going to have to trip if you're going to understand my plea, all right?
Your Honor, you're killing my buzz right now. Please just kind of open your mind a little bit.
Can you open up your third eye for a second?
All right, let's look at this.
Primus, Mastodon, Coheed and Cambria, Eagles of Death Metal, and then I'm getting old. I can't read that anymore.
King's X, Fishbone, Wheel, CKY.
No way!
Yeah, dude. That's sick.
Yeah.
Yo, just have them come out and play the same song.
That's like the ultimate like tribal tattoo lineup right
Yeah.
there. Jesus Christ.
Moonwalker, special guests, Alex Gray and Allison Gray. I don't really know who those people are. This is in the Dominican Republic, bro. What the fuck?
It was in the DR. Okay.
Damn.
I mean, here's the thing. If I had the money, this would be my Gene Simmons roadie experience.
Yeah, this would be kind of sick.
Yeah.
So, like, that is the lineup. And, bro, you're playing 10 songs at the end of this. People are flying to the Dominican Republic for you.
Yeah.
That's like, more out of the way than Mexico, I think. Like, first of all, why did they pick that place, of all places? Like, Is it cheaper?
Yeah, I'm
Is
sure
that
it's
it?
cost effective.
Yeah, it's like I got ripped off in like a DM brothel to hear the Stinkfist twice.
I missed your set
No,
because
they
I was
did-
shitting my brains out.
They did
because the
Fear
water.
Inoculum twice. It's not
That's
even
crazy.
Rosetta
That's
Stone.
crazy.
Yeah.
They did Stinkfist once?
Once. They did Jambi twice, which is like...
Yeah, people were hanging outside like signs that said "fuck James Maynard Keenan." They were like giving him the finger, and a lot of people were like booing them, which that was kind of crazy. There's a video that we watched earlier. I don't think I need to play it again because it's kind of grainy and shit. But like, it was like they're headlining, and a good amount of people are fucking booing.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you realize that you got gypped in the middle of their second set, and you're like, damn, I still have to like fly back from the Dominican Republic tomorrow. This is crazy.
Yeah. It's so bullshit. And they like lied to their fans. Like they straight up lied.
Yeah.
And did they I don't think they came out and was like, hey, there was a mix up. It seems like they've been in the dark like about anything regarding this.
Yo, like, are you just not rehearsing enough that you can only play those songs?
It's kind of crazy. There's no real reason.
They're also like really advanced songs too. So it's like if you can't do two unique sets, then don't.
Yeah.
They have so many songs too.
Yeah. You have so many songs that...
So I don't think
can pick from.
it's the lawsuit is actually filed, but apparently somebody is like thinking about doing it and like moving to do it. But the big thing is that what it boils down to is the purchasers of Festival Package were promised 2 unique sets by Tool. While the comments on these posts argue about what unique means, the reality is that the opportunity to see Tool play 2 unique sets, i.e. no repeats, was the determining factor for most attendees to pull the trigger on spending thousands of dollars to attend. A decent argument.
Yeah, they're going to be fine because unique, like they changed the order and everything.
Right.
But
It's like a scumbag way to get out of a lawsuit.
Yeah,
but
It's so scummy.
it's a damn shame. It's sad to see what they've become.
Yep.
Well, anyways, we beat them to death. Let's beat another guy to death. Megadeth's Dave Mustaine blasts new metal band saying, quote, "Thank God that genre went away." Speaking of selling out, so where this interview is given, apparently Dave Mustaine owns a fucking winery too now. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
all of these,
Dude, everyone.
bro, it's like so strange.
It's like the classic lifespan of a famous musician.
Like, you're just angry and upset for so much of your life that you're like, man, I would love to just be in Napa Valley right now. Squishing some grapes, feeling the juice go between my toes, and just looking out over the sunset. And
Yeah.
like, you just need peace in your life after all of that hatred.
I've had to listen to too much new metal.
It's crazy because he's had like new metal bands open for him.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
new metal
yeah.
gave life to like metal in general. So I don't know.
Like in the
like I
90s.
got like new metal was my first fucking go with metal. And who knows if I would have listened to other metal if not for new metal. So, you know.
Yeah, his biggest complaint with this was like, there's no solos in new metal. It's just different, bro. I don't know,
I
like-
have like listen, I personally am not a fan of the genre. I respect it though, but I feel like my issues with it aren't the solos.
right.
I feel like
it's
there are
the-
bigger things to critique.
There's not
than
like
the
10
fucking
minute solos in it because the songs are short.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And depending on what you consider
There's
new metal,
still
too,
solos.
like System of a Down had some solos,
Yeah.
didn't they?
Yeah.
And like they had riffs too. Like, I mean, I don't necessarily need to. A lot of big songs don't have solos anymore. Like that's kind of like a lot of like grunge songs. Like a lot of Nirvana songs didn't necessarily have solos in them.
Yeah.
You could pretty much say that about a lot of music, but he's trying to. Here's the thing: is it's not a hot take to be like, yeah, new metal sucks.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the entire
new
thing
metal's
with
20 like 30 years old too. It's also
I'm pretty sure like Fred Durst, the tattoo artist, did not don like a wife beater and a red hat because he thought he was a legendary artist.
Right.
Like he's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I want these people to know that they could also be me. You could all, if you suck at rap, have no real skill or education in anything, and are tired of doing your job at the tattoo shop, you could be me.
I feel like thrash metal is almost the opposite mentality because it has that like poser edge to it. Mm-hmm. And like, I don't know, like you have to be a certain thing, where new metal is like anyone could really,
Isn't there a band that's not Megadeth but it has more Megadeth members in it than Megadeth itself?
The Megadeth Kings of Thrash.
Yeah.
There's like
because Mustaine doesn't like anything, it seems. He's still just pissed off about not being in Metallica, honestly.
And it's so interesting because you can honestly also root the origins of nu metal to the Black Album.
Yeah.
Because that was when metal really took that shift of being more groove oriented. Because that album was massive, and a lot of the riffs on that are like groove. And the nu metal, all that is like groovy riffs with like rapping over it. And of course, like Fred Durst and all those fucking people were probably in school and shit. And like, when that album came out, the Black Album, everyone was fucking playing that tape and CD. So
it's the final of the Big Four.
The what?
It's the final of the Big Four that Metallica did.
Yeah.
It's like the finishing touch.
But listen, Dave, he just does that. He just talks shit a lot. Megadeth is one of my favorite bands ever.
I love them too.
I think it's hilarious. It's
so there is
so
some
out of pocket too right now.
There's some beef I uncovered that could be explained why he singled out nu metal as the lack of solos. Apparently, Korn was one of the bands that they had opened for them, and apparently Jonathan Davis somehow had a hand in David Mustaine breaking his sobriety streak back in the day.
Yeah, that tracks.
I'll read the quotes. This is when Jonathan Davis is being interviewed. It was hard touring with Megadeth because at the time, Dave Mustaine was really mean and just had an attitude. It was scary being on there. I was drinking at the time, and I got him drinking again, which I shouldn't have done. But that was Dave Mustaine, and I was this young little kid, and I'm like, that's Dave Mustaine, and he wants a drink. I'll give him a drink. Do I need to read the rest of it?
Crazy.
I
didn't know that.
It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, that's also on Dave Mustaine.
I mean,
like as a sober person, it's up to you to be sober, not fucking Jonathan Davis.
And especially if you take Korn on tour, you're like, oh, these drinking hooligans. That'll be an easy group to be around when I'm out there trying to maintain my sobriety. Like, oh, these people that like play kegs as instruments. Like literally, that's the least booze bag people I can bring on here. It's great.
Yeah. Also, Dave Mustaine right now is like super straight edge.
Right.
Like you have to be like, if you're in his band, you have to be working out. Really, it's really crazy how into fitness he is right now. So.
He's got like an Aryan Nation in prison type of like program. He's like, you got to be doing burpees every day. You're going to be keeping your fucking cell clean all the time. No drugs, no bullshit.
Yeah. Instead of CrossFit, it's SwasFit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. Also, nu metal, I wouldn't say is like dead.
No, I think that if anything, nu metal is
on the comeback. Yeah.
Megadeth and Tool, they should know this if anybody. Nu metal is aging like a fine wine, dude.
For sure.
As years go on, it only gets sweeter and sweeter. It's.
Yeah.
But speaking of fitness, fucking David Draiman looks like shit.
The fit king himself.
I've never seen.
He looks like he owns a gym. He looks like he owns like an independent gym.
Yeah.
He just drinks the shakes.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't work out. He just drinks the shakes, and he's like, I'm staying in shape.
Yeah, him and
looks
Elon
like he
Musk
eats protein powder raw.
Yeah. Oh my god, he literally has the same body type as Elon Musk. It's just fucking crazy.
Yeah, that is true. Like the weird gut.
Yeah, like the distended. He looks like he's got an alien that's about to pop out of his
skin
chest.
Looks like fucking clam chowder.
Yeah. Yeah, like the gut in the middle of his torso.
Yeah, because he's got like visible ribs, but he still has a gut.
He looks like his
crazy.
belly button is like a fist-sized Audi. It's crazy. This is fucking.
It's like a chest burster's about to come out.
Well, exactly, dude. Exactly. Yeah. So, Disturbed, David Draiman sues former Landlord over mold that allegedly affected the singer's health. A good thing that we brought up earlier was that the first red flag is that David Draiman is renting in a house.
Yeah,
some
that's
sort.
what I.
Wait, so currently, like right now?
I think he still is. I mean, he's probably renting a different one at this point.
2022, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he's like suing him while living there, like somebody that can't afford to move out. He's like just desperately trying to get his landlord to fix the place.
No, but his rent was like $18,500 a month. Yeah,
Yes.
18.5, 5,200 square. Dude, just buy a place.
So
Just buy a place.
if I'm gonna give an explanation, it's kind of weird that he is renting this place. So I read that apparently he got divorced in 2023, and then also like went through some selling of houses. So I get the feeling that he was kind of like, I want a non-permanent address right now to like live at. This was his midlife crisis condo. Like this was his fun place in fucking Miami area.
But what I don't understand is like with lawsuits and shit, like with like musicians suing each other, it makes sense because they have so much fucking money to go around and throw at each other. But like this like landlord, like what's he gonna accomplish? You know, because
like,
this place is probably crumbled apart like 2 decades ago. You know, I think he's just really upset with the divorce, and he's like, I got to make someone hurt.
Yeah, man. Like it doesn't even say how much he's suing for, which is kind of interesting. I know that he wants apparently to get his like $37,000 security deposit back, but again, if you're like him and his family before the divorce and shit, they moved from a house that they owned in Hawaii, and like apparently they're like looking into real estate in other places. All of these are like $1 million houses and shit. Like the dude's got money. Let's look up his fucking net worth. Fuck it.
Yeah, that Sound of Silence
Yeah,
cover.
yeah. That brought him to the
Yeah,
next
and
level.
royalties off.
Yeah. He gets paid $5,000 anytime anybody goes, oh, wow.
So did it say what about his health?
I think that he alleged that the mold caused him to look like an Armenian Uber driver with lunch lady arms. But that could be. These are allegations too, mind you. This isn't.
It said he's worth $8 million.
Yeah.
So it's actually that makes he's had one hit. He's had 2 hits. He's had Down with the Sickness and the hit that was also just a cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You think they must have had other songs in Disturbed?
I think they had a couple, but
that's a band that's like over, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Disturbed.
Yeah,
I haven't
Yeah.
heard shit about Disturbed.
Oh, there is something notable. I didn't write it down here, but at the bottom, apparently they're like, I think they're releasing something. Yeah, so, and this is like something that I kind of like a little tinfoil hat theory. Whenever I see that like they're doing this random bullshit, I'm like, is this literally just to stay in the spotlight to get the one sentence at the bottom of the article that says, on February 21st, Disturbed released a new single, I Will Not Break, via the band's own label, Mother Culture Records, which it's
I think
also
it was like
funny.
a publicity thing.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that it's
Sometimes
almost
you get desperate,
Well,
gotta
it's
sue
like-
a landlord.
there's a reason they made like 10 shitty Hellraiser movies. It's because they got to keep it relevant and like to maintain the rights to the intellectual property and like keep it in the news so people keep
Yeah.
watching the old ones and shit.
Maybe there was never a landlord.
There might have
know?
never been.
Yeah.
He's suing himself.
he just needs the security deposit back to buy studio time.
Yeah.
His landlord named like Draiman David is
Yeah, him and all those bands, like, what are they? Because they're like a really specific form of like metalcore.
You had them. You know what was big at the time, and then I think the singer died. Was Drowning Pool.
Yeah. Them and
Died-
Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah,
did he drown in a pool?
that was the rumor going around, but it turns out I think it was just drugs. Yeah.
That's less fun. Could have at least done the drugs in a pool, bring it full circle.
Yeah, Disturbed was just like the one that made it out of this group of fucking all those bands.
Yeah, because Avenged Sevenfold, like they did put out an album that people were talking about, but it was like so terrible. It was like this really ambitious album where they like every song is like they're experimenting, but it was so bad. It was really, really bad. I'm not sure if you guys have. It's like a white cover.
I
feel
know
like I heard
like
of it.
Backcountry. That's all I know by Avenged.
Shepherd of Fire.
Yeah.
I know that from like Black Ops.
You
They're
know,
a
at
great
least-
Call of Duty band.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
At least Avenged Sevenfold, they always were like pretty fucking. Everybody in that band is nasty. Like they all are pretty nasty at playing their instruments. Like you listen to like Disturbed and you're like, they're all right, but like it's nothing like crazy.
Yeah.
It's like those. It's one of
Disturbed
those,
was a very average band.
yeah, they were like one of those bar chord bands from like
Yeah.
the fucking like early 2000s where it's like.
Yeah.
It was more of those. It was like one of those bands where you just show your friends and you're like, isn't he such a good singer? You know,
Right.
that's really it. Because he is like a great singer.
He is.
And I think that was a lot of the sell, like him. And he has like those piercings.
Oh my god, yo, those
mouth,
were.
like his lip piercings that like were like his whole. It was like chin piercings.
Yeah, he had it. I don't know if it went all the way like through his jaw, but it was like it can't have, right? It couldn't have.
Can you pierce this?
Bro, I think you definitely could. I think you
Yeah.
could pierce fucking
The
anything.
doctor
if you
had
really-
to put him in because of the mold.
Ah.
You know?
mold.
It's almost like a tracheotomy.
It's so funny to be making the same complaints that like a 65-year-old New York woman is like making. Like, there's mold in my apartment. Like, stop it.
40 years ago.
There's black mold all over the place. I'm
There was
suffocating.
mold on Gene Simmons speakers.
Well, speaking of great lead singers, we might
right,
as
this
well
is-
finish this off.
Yeah,
with,
this is the last
Yeah,
story
here we go.
of the month.
maybe the best lead singer of the entire thing. Do we need to play an example of this man's artistic talents at all? Like, would that help my?
I don't pay my editor.
You're right.
But famously, you can explain it if you want.
we could sing some of his songs.
Yeah, if someone wants to do an impression.
I like the way you smack my ass. I like the type of
He's in the way I'm again, having a clue. I can't even. This is why his voice sucks, because that's fucking cheese grater on your throat. Anyway,
Nate, do you have mold in this apartment?
yeah, I might. Damn, dude, this guy might have mold. That's why he's going crazy. Anyway, we're getting ahead of it. We're chomping at the
All
bit.
right.
Puddle of Mud's Wes Scantlin was arrested recently for alleged domestic violence and possession of drugs.
No.
Can you believe that? This guy
It's a
might
surprise.
commit domestic violence and possess drugs.
When they reached out to his girlfriend, did she say, "Oh wait, no, it'd have to be him. I fucked it up."
What you're saying is that
When
he might
reached her statement, Wes Scantlin goes, "She fucking hates me."
She fucking hates me, and I have no idea why. She's just a big bitch.
Hold on, I just realized
I
my
didn't do
flag's
anything
been down the whole
wrong. Yeah, dude, come on. Jesus.
XYZ, you know.
time. All right.
Yeah, he got arrested.
On Patreon, we unblur it. Do you think he was like being arrested? He's like, the cover was that bad, all right?
He's like, "What? You guys are taking me in for my 2013 cover of About a Girl? You guys don't know shit about music, man. Kurt Cobain wanted me to do that, man." If Kurt Cobain was alive, he'd shoot himself again if he had to hear that cover, dude. I was thinking about this. I'm like, the only good thing is hopefully that whatever alleged abuse he did to his girlfriend was like boxing her eardrums so that she didn't have to listen to him anymore in their fucking apartment.
Yeah, I can't imagine like living with him.
Oh my god,
That's awful.
it's so it really makes the "She Fucking Hates Me" song so funny because it's like he's like, man, just nobody understands me. I do nothing wrong.
Well, and it's like also like, you know, if you're dating a musician and he beats you, you're like, well, at least it's like John Lennon,
Right.
You know, at least it's someone who's like
To get your ass kicked by a B-list like butt rock singer.
Here's the thing: is like Puddle of Mud is like the less successful Nickelback.
Yeah,
so, like,
I'd even say that they're the lesser successful Three Doors Down, which is the lesser successful Nickelback.
Yeah.
Like Puddle of Mud is like 4 rungs down from the
like Puddle
Kings,
of Mud would open for Alien Ant Farm. You know?
right, exactly. Like they really are like. It's like the fourth layer of the butt rock iceberg is where you find Puddle of Mud, dude.
Like the bottom of the iceberg.
Yeah.
And like the shittiest fucking band name too.
Right, and the shittiest album cover, it's just another kid's ass pissing in the fucking like. It's just everything about them just like stinks.
Weren't all their album covers like a broken down car near the woods or something?
They all are like
our fans will relate.
It's like if you asked AI to make a fucking C-list butt rock band.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, okay, we got a Puddle of Mud, She Hates Me, Blurry. Actually, you know what? Blurry
was the album, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and it was a song though too. That's one with all like the harmonics. I actually didn't hate that song. What if I can feel me? Everything just falls apart. The lyrics to that must be pretty funny.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like Puddle of Mud.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't tell you a single song.
Everything's so blurry and everyone's so fake and everybody's empty and everything is so messed up. Preoccupied without you.
You can be my someone. You can be my scene.
What's funny is this is just an extension of him blaming everybody else for his problems.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, everybody's empty. I'm just, this alcoholic, drug addict, women abuser. Like, everybody else sucks, though. Like, do you guys not get this?
Yeah, Dave Mustaine would be dead today if Puddle of Mud was the opening.
God, dude, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I really hope he doesn't know about him.
The name of the album is Come Clean, which I'm sure his lawyer is advising against right now as he sits in a jail cell. They're like, you better make this case blurry by saying that you were intoxicated, she was intoxicated, everybody was fucked up. So this guy actually, this is like, you could read his Wikipedia and really have a fun time because he's just been getting into trouble all the fucking time. Like,
he is the final boss of punk rock.
Yeah,
frontman. He really is.
So this case, it was in Torrance, California, an apartment again. This man rents. Nothing wrong with that. 3 a.m. Apparently, what else? I mean, blah blah blah. Alleged domestic violence and possession of a small amount of a controlled substance, which like. He's also 52. Bro, this guy's going to be dead.
Yeah.
This guy's going to die, man.
I think he's going to keep living.
You think the hate's going to keep him alive?
It's like the people, like the worst people always make it.
Yeah,
he's like a Florida guy, Like that's...
He is.
Those people can just keep going until they're like 85.
Yeah.
So the bail, tell me if you think this is too high or too low. $90,000 bail.
That's like his Gene Simmons VIP package for $90K. You can bail me out and I can crash on your couch for a week.
You bond out, so you only pay 10% of that.
He's like, if you pay $90,000, I'll let you be my AA sponsor. And you can come to a gig at the West Hollywood Improv.
My $90K VIP package.
If you pay me $90,000, you can go down to the liquor store and help me break my sobriety.
Gene Simmons, if he starts doing comedy, would be the guy that charges you to go to an open mic.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. It's $5 to go to the liquor store for me. You got to pay for the booze, too. I'm not going to pay for that.
Oh, he's from Kansas. Maybe it was meth. Maybe he's a meth guy.
Probably. He looks like a meth guy.
Yeah.
That's a meth
guy.
That's a meth band.
He definitely started out doing meth, and then when he moved to California and got famous, he moved on to coke, and he thought he made it.
Maybe.
He's like, this is what everybody else is doing, man.
Designer drugs now,
This is what the Velvet Underground was doing, man. I made it. This is what Slash was doing. So earlier in the month too, this is earlier this month. he claimed that his bandmate roofied him conveniently before they played a gig at where the fuck was it? It was at the Daytona Beach Bike Festival, which, bro, if you are on too much coke and too much drugs for like the Daytona Beach Bike Fest, where everybody's on too much drugs and coke, you gotta fuck up bad.
My fucking bandmate roofied me on heroin for 3 weeks.
This is what every person who blacks out at a bar after having like 12 Long Island iced teas says. Like, I must have gotten roofied because I'm usually fine after all that. Like,
He wakes up, he thinks he's at like some gay leather party. He's like, fuck.
he's like, I can't remember anything after doing like 5 8-balls and like drinking 30 Bud Lights. I must have gotten roofied. How else could this have happened, man? I'm so good at playing music. How did I suck at that gig? I must have been roofied.
Well, was it a bike fucking?
I think it was. I think that's like what exactly it was. Let me scroll back down the page.
With Puddle of Mud, you got to take the gigs you can get.
It was Daytona Bike Week.
Nice.
It was like a 3 p.m. show.
Latest legal problems come just 8 months after he was arrested in Burbank, California for an outstanding warrant and a new charge of resisting arrest.
This guy rules.
By the way, he got sober in 2017.
Nice.
And apparently, it'd be funny if Jonathan Davis got him back drinking too. He's like, I hung out with Korn for fucking 1 day, dude. After that, I
listened to one Korn song.
Yeah. And this is the last thing I'll mention because this was like a funny crime. In September 2017, he got arrested for going to LAX with a BB gun. And apparently he also got arrested there before, 2 years before. He got arrested at the Denver airport for taking a joyride on a baggage carousel. And then back in 2012, he had an altercation with a flight attendant he got arrested for. So this dude is...
Can he just be my friend?
He does. There is like it's like a horseshoe-shaped diagram that's like, if you commit no crimes, you're cool. But then you can also commit so many like annoying crimes that you're like, okay, this guy's now back to being
like
cool.
the most obscure crimes.
Right. Like this is way cooler than like Adam Gontier of 3 Days Grace. Like if I could hang out with one of these guys, I'm chilling with Puddle Mud for the day. I don't care if I got to hang out at Daytona Bike Week instead of like the Xfinity Center.
I'm gonna take out a loan for $12,000 so I can be his roadie.
No, yeah. Like, can we get a Patreon GoFundMe set up right now to bail him out, dude? We're going on a trip. We're taking this cross country. Next month's guest on this week or this month in metal is fucking Wes Scantlin.
Yeah, dude. That'd be great. We could probably hook it up.
Yeah.
We gotta get it together. It'd only take $90,000 to get him out of the police custody.
God.
There's something so funny to me about getting arrested at the airport with a BB gun. Like, not even an actual gun.
Yeah, he's like, what is this, Nazi Germany?
I can't bring my Red Ryder BB gun on a plane, dude.
Squirrels have been seen on planes, all right?
If you guys want to take it from me, you got to take it out of my ass right now. I don't care.
Got the BBs in my dick hole.
I shot them down with the gun before I poofed it. I don't care.
All right, I think that fucking...
That was good,
does it. That does it.
That does it. What else? There's no more news.
All right, that's news. April. John, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, man.
Do you have anything you want to plug at all? This will be out tonight.
I've taken kind of a backseat. My comedy's taken a backseat because I'm training for a new job. But
you joined the Navy.
Yeah, this summer, catch me on the Boston Duck Tours.
The Duck Navy.
It's fun. I'm actually my character. I'm dressing up as Wes Scantlin. So, and for $12,500, you can take a ride on a duck boat with me.
Yes, very good.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
And on Instagram,
at John Tyler Comedy.
At John Tyler Comedy. All right,
Hell yeah.
boys. This was awesome. Thank you for being a guest, man.
Thank you.
I'm Brandon Baddock, and this has been Disturbing the Priest.